Good evening, everyone. It's time for the charity shop rundown. But before you click ahead to go and find the haul, this video is a little bit different. We will be stopping throughout the week and showing you what I picked up. So, first up, we do have a Buzz Lightyear. It's either £3 or £4.99. However, you can see the wings are bust, so there's not really much point in picking it up. But yeah, it was worth a little look at anyway. And it's a case of trying to get to stand still without actually falling over, which can be a bit of a task sometimes. But yeah, new format for this particular video. If it goes down well, or if you guys prefer it, please do let me know. So there's a breakdown in everything, really. It should hopefully make everyone's lives easier, including my own. So this is, as you guys know, it's one of my regulars. I come here at least 3 times a week. As it is next to where my post office is located. Next up is a charity shop right next door. I know that a little while ago or last week I said about a £50 jacket going. Turns out they just moved it. The £50 jacket or gilet has come back. I don't even know why I'm looking at clothes. At some point I do decide that I don't want to pick any more clothes this week. So, but little flick through. DVDs, because there's sometimes some games hidden inside, and it's a case of seeing anything sealed that might be older as well. Have a quick look for that. Then we're going around. What are we looking at? I can't quite remember. All books are half price. I don't know too much about books, so at some point that £50 coat does go back to that rail there. But they have actually got some nice stuff in, but it's for reselling, it's a little bit overpriced, but for personal use, it's a very good price, to be honest. It's just a case of finding that balance in between where stock isn't sitting on the shelves for weeks on end. We've got loads of loads of board games, lots of murder mystery, huge donation there from someone, but as far as I'm aware, I have picked them up before, but I don't think there's a great amount of money in them, so that's being left behind. And off we go to the next clip, which is the same shop. However, there is some Lego, I think. Yes. So there is some Lego at the back there. And 65 quid, 64.95 it's up for, would be an absolute bargain if it was complete. However, it's missing all of the minifigures. Bearing in mind the minifigures go for a pretty penny. I mean, look at that. £7, £36, £4.49, £36. So maybe the replicas are only going for about a fiver, but the originals are going for a lot more. So if it was complete, look at that, 41 quid, and that figure's not even there. So that's 60 plus the 40. That's £100 to try and complete the set. And then, as you can see, someone's selling some pre-owned ones for a decent wedge, and as of Friday of this week, that Lego set was still in there. £11.80 for another one that's missing, £6.22 for another one that's missing. So by the time you end up buying all the bits that are missing, it's going to cost about 130, 140 quid. But there we go. I think this is where I look at the manual to try and find out what figures it's supposed to have. And you can see it's Mace Windu. There's the Forest Stormtrooper, and there's 2 others as well, none of which can be seen on the shelf, which is a huge shame. I just hope that no one picks it up and expects it to be complete. This is a nice little expensive charity shop that I like to go to cry. We have 2 Tiger Woods on the Nintendo Wii, but they're only £1 each, but they might hang around a little bit. And their prices on the games are actually quite cheap. But there we go. That's a £15 Furby. 15. And some cameras, which are expensive. And then we've got some T-shirts. Yeah, I've obviously not decided yet to not bother. Maybe I have, and I'm just doing it to make the video a bit longer and get those mid-roll ads. I've got absolutely no idea. I don't think we pick up anything. I think the only item of clothing I pick up is one Ralph Lauren striped shirt, because it was an absolute bargain at £4.50. But a lot of the same stuff that's been there for the last week or two. A few items starting to stick. Nice jacket, 25 quid. It can bloody well stay there though. What was it by? I can't tell. I think that was Abercrombie and Finch, wasn't it? Maybe that's actually quite a good price, isn't it? I mean, to resell, there's not, but for someone for their own, I mean, brand new Abercrombie jackets are what, 70, 80 quid? Absolute bargain for personal use. I'm just trying to find out what the lining is on this one, but then Marks and Spencer's, not a massive brand when it comes to this sort of thing, so that can be put to one side as well. That thing, that's still there. That's been there for about 2-3 weeks. I might have to pick up at some stage. It's such an eyesore. It's such an eyesore. I might just have to get it off the shelves. Just get rid of it. Give another item of clothing the chance to have its day on the rails. But we're coming up to the first clip of what I've actually picked up. So I'll stop talking in a minute and you'll know why. But there we go. I think that is that charity shop over and done with. Okay, so this week we're going to be going a little bit differently. We're going to be doing the hauls as and when we go. So I bought this on Monday. It's a Netgear Wi-Fi extender. However, it's from 2013. Now, you'd think that the technology's changed quite a bit. However, everything still runs on a 2.4 and a 5 gigahertz wireless thingy-majiggy. So paid a fiver. We're looking at anywhere between £10 and £50 back. Genuinely no idea. Failing that, I might use it for myself. And we are off again. Looking at the puzzles, 2,000 pieces. Generally speaking, for puzzles, I want at least 5,000 pieces. That tends to be a better margin in my personal opinion. Obviously, if they're brand new and sealed, the better. Failing that, that's a lot of puzzle pieces to start counting out. But I actually buy that. I don't quite know why. I know. I think it's because I want to open it up and see what's inside, just to make sure. See what the tile holders are. Obviously, if they're wooden, it's a bonus. If they're plastic, then not so much. But you can feel there's a bit of flex in the box, which is why I'm not too sure about it. And I know that charity shops love to tape up their board games, and I love to open the tape. I understand why they do it, but you have to be able to check the contents, unfortunately. But yeah, it's in quite good condition. The insides are far better condition than what the box is. So having a look to see what the tiles are like, and then the stands, as I said, and then that'll be closed up and then put back into the box. But a travel monopoly, post-COVID, in a season where there may be a lot of people staying within the UK, £2 should be £2 well spent. Maybe it was more, I can't remember. This was like Tuesday and I'm recording this on Sunday night, so I've got absolutely no idea. Can't quite see what the price is there. Might be 3 or 4 quid. No, it's not 4 quid. I wouldn't pay that. I'm too tight. Got some more games. So there's more murder mystery thingy-majiggies. And then over to the front, that Meccano thing, they wanted 25 quid for that. Now, it was only going online for about 25-30, but someone did pick it up within a day or two. So, obviously, if your pricing's right, they will fly out the door. But it's just very surprising that it's gone for that amount of money. I mean, there we go. There's 20, and there's no bids on it. So, it's a strange one, really, isn't it? Maybe people just don't mind paying up a little bit for the convenience of being in the shop at the time, rather than save a couple of quid going online. There's Levy. WALL-E is one of the best Disney films. That is a fact. Actually not sat down with my daughter and watched it yet. We are very much a Moana household. It tends to get played at least 3 times a week. And You're Welcome is now my karaoke song. I have probably listened to it on days where I have to pick her up and drop her off 15 times a day, so that's 30 times a week. So quite a few times. I know all the words. It took me a little while to get there. The breakdown can be quite tongue twistery. And as someone who's got brain flow like mine, where it wants to go 10 miles an hour quicker than what my mouth can handle, it can be a bit of a pain in the backside. But I managed to lock it down. I've not looked at lyrics for songs for a very, very long time, but it keeps my daughter happy, and she's slowly learning the words as well. So need to keep an eye out for some Moana stuff, because that would go down very, very well. But I know they resell quite well as well. Next clip, and we are in next door. We are looking at the Frozen 2 stuff, I think, here. So now I've not seen. Oh, is it Frozen? I've not seen Frozen since it first came out. I've not seen Frozen 2 since that first came out. That's another film I've got to try and get my daughter to watch. But I'm not sure whether that is the castle from Frozen, which is what confuses me, because the toys that are there, which I think are being sold separately, are definitely Frozen. So I was confused as to the fact as to why they're separating it. Maybe it's worth more money and they're trying to separate it to try and generate more money. But I think it's £2.50 for the castle and another couple of quid for the two toys as well. But either way, they're not worth picking up. And now looking back on it, I can't see anything special on that shelf whatsoever. So you can see on my notifications on the phone that I have recently used Monzo. That was from the previous clip of buying Wally and the Scrabble, which you're about to see in a few moments' time. But I'm trying to find the castle, thinking it might be worth a lot of money. There's one for 16 quid there, but it's a completely different castle. It's got a circular base and there's a lot more figures there, so it's obviously not that one. Looking at the clothes, don't do it, James, because you're not going to buy anything anyway, you absolute dim-witted person. Right, let's go. So I may or may not be stuffing my face. We bought Evie from Wally, paid £1, brand new, it's worth about £15-20 or so. But until then, I suppose my daughter can play with it until I sell it. And then we paid £2 for a 1988 version of Travel Scrabble. I think it's about £15 to £20 plus postage. Might have been 10 to 15. It depends on the condition. The box is battered, but as long as the board itself is quite good, we should be all right. But yeah, £2 into hopefully about 20 quid. Off to do some actual work. And we're off once again. We are looking at a suitcase. So a little while ago, I did very, very well in a suitcase. There was one brand new with the tags. I paid approximately £3.95, £4.95 about that, and sold it for £130. However, I wanted to have a look at this one to see whether I could maybe do the same again. I think I do end up looking at this online, and there are brand new ones going for not very much, to be honest. So it does end up getting left behind. But it's worth a search. Suitcases there's a lot of cheap ones out there. There really, really is. So don't expect every single one to be worth £130, because it's just simply not going to happen. But they are worth having a little look at, having a little dabble at. If you can find any that aren't made in China, I think generally speaking you're going to be a lot better off. But most of them are. If you can find any that are made in the UK, you're pretty much going to be onto a winner, in my personal opinion. But there we go. We've seen that it's not worth a lot, so I'm now looking at something else which is just out of shot. Can't quite see what it is. We might be able to see from my searching or my scanning. What am I scanning, James? Oh, it's that Monopoly. They wanted £4 for it. Brand new, it is worth a lot of money. Pre-owned is about 20 quid or so. But in hindsight, I probably could have just put it on auction and made £10-15 very, very easily. But decided against it. I'm trying to stick to the cola flipper rule of making £20 at least on relatively large items. DVD sized gaming stuff, I'm not too fussed. I don't mind only making a few quid and just using it to get the algorithm stimulated and to get those sales through the door. Another look at the clothes, and nothing to be bought. Dune, again, they're quite nice, but for reselling, not for me, I'm afraid. Right, next clip. Okay then, so the pickups for Thursday, excuse the sliders, they're mine. Picked up these Grenson Black Brogues, paid £15, paid up for them, However, I need to do some more research, but as a quick look on my phone, these are going for anywhere between £30 and £80 pre-owned. Brand new, they are worth quite a few quid. And then £4 for this lovely Vancouver, what are they? Canucks. It's a ladies' jersey, paid £4, probably looking at anywhere between 30, 40, £50 maybe. I've got to try and do some research as to the year. I'm trying to find one with this exact green glitter on it, which seems to be fairly uncommon. But there was, just down here, down there on the style, it says, I don't know if you can quite see that, it says 09 at the end. I just presumed it's from the 2009 season, but I could be completely wrong. But it's going to be easier to try and do some research at the computer rather than on my phone. But that's it for Thursday so far. And we are off once again. We are in the same place where I got the sealed DS games last week. There's a load of PS2 games that are out. Now, I don't know whether maybe I missed a huge amount. Chances are I did, and someone got to the post before myself. And someone in the last video commented that I was selfish taking the games away in order to resell, taking them away from kids and collectors. Obviously you haven't watched much of my content because you'll know that I collect stuff and I resell to fund my collecting. That's a £3.50 scrapper. Well done, James. So I resell to fund my collecting. Now, I don't get moody at those who go to charity shops and pick up the things that I want to collect. It's part of the bargain hunting game, unfortunately. It's not a great deal you can do about it. It's just one of those things. If someone beats me to, say, a load of base set Pokemon cards at a charity shop, so be it. As long as I get to see it, I don't mind. It's when people buy bargains and they don't like sharing, mainly because 90% of them are trying to avoid paying tax. But that's what really gets me, is when people find bargains and they just don't want to share. Whereas the bargain hunting side of things is by far the best bit. So if you don't want to share, you're just sort of ruining it for me. I want to see what you got. Show me the goodies. Show me the bargains. Let me know what you paid £1 for that's secretly worth 200 quid. I won't tell anyone. Oh, I bought this as well. I think that's £2. The contents are brand new and sealed. The box is buggered. But I'm going to scan it anyway. I don't even know why I'm scanning it, because it's a Revel. Revel's a good brand when it comes to toy models. There's 3. There's Tayamo, something like that, which I've bought a few of before. Revel's quite good, and there's also another one as well, which is an Italian brand, which are all quite good. But you can see that is brand new and sealed. It's never been used. It is well worth the £2. So that will be going straight into the basket. Is there anything else to be bought here? I think there is. I'm sure I ended up buying 2 items here. Now I've got to try and remember before I pick it up, which is going to be really hard, trying to look at the screen and then remember what I've already bought before I've bought it on the screen. I don't know. I look at the trainers. I know that they're £5, which again, bargain. If you're buying for yourself, cracking price, really is. Oh, I don't know. There's a pug mug. This is so stressful. Maybe I don't buy anything. No, the clip's ending. Maybe I don't. I'm so confused. I thought I bought more, but apparently not. There's me. Hi. Okay. Charity shop. I didn't feel myself picking up those two. So Seahawk is a quid, going for around £10 or so. And then Dinner Ladies was £4, going for around £20-30 or so. Brand new and sealed, depending on what variant you have. It was re-released in 2004 as a box set, as well as a box set when the last series was ended. So BBC things, that sort of thing. That is from 2012, so that would have been The Amazing Spider-Man. We've got Ray, we've got your man from wrestling, Seth Rollins, I want to say. Okay, so pickups on the Friday. We picked up this long sleeve Ralph Lauren shirt, Blake. What was it, £4.50 I think, or something stupid. It's quite cheap actually from where I bought it from. £4.50. I think I've sold one of these before for about £25-30 or so. The Revel Ferrari thingamajiggy paid £2, normally about £34.99 if it was brand new. With it being pre-owned, I'm going to aim for about 20 quid plus shipping. Managed to get into the back room of a charity shop and paid 30 quid for these DMs. I know it's quite expensive, but this particular model should be able to get about 75 to 80 pounds plus shipping back for them, but they are missing their laces. But I think a good cleanup will be all right. This, I've got absolutely no idea on price, but it is a Stretch Screamers Bugs. I paid £5. I mean, it looks like it's been shat on by a fly or two, but £5, I would imagine at least £25-30 plus shipping back. It's got a woggly leg. A woggly leg. That's not even English, man. And the last items are two large Piplup toys that lie down from 2016 Tommy. Paid £6 each. We should be looking at around 20 to 30 pounds each, as they're quite old, so they need a bit of a clean. They will be going in the washing machine in one of those pillowcases type of things called a pillowcase. But yeah, so far I think that's it for this week. New format for charity shops throughout the week. I thought it'd just be easier for listing during the week, but I've not actually done any. But hopefully it's a bit more of a breakdown when you guys are watching it, so please do let me know what you think, and I'll try to stop hitting my arm, which is carrying the camera. But that's it from me. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Au revoir. Bye.